today at the gathering at your place. I'm Debbie Godfrey, and I'm one of the coordinators here at CarePartners. You're going to have a fun day at a luau and learning about Hawaii, so I hope you enjoy your day. A couple of fun words that are Hawaiian that you might enjoy. If you're going out for an adventure or fun, it's holo holo. And of course, we're at a luau today, and that's a large feast or banquet. And I'm wearing a lei, which is a necklace of flowers that's traditional in Hawaii. By a legislative act, Hawaii became the Aloha State in 1959, and it became the 50th state in the Union on August the 20th of that year. I think they've got a really beautiful flag. Up in the upper left-hand corner is the Union Jack flag. And then there's 8 stripes of red, white, and blue, and that represents the 8 main islands in Hawaii. So I wanted to show you what the flag was because I thought that that was interesting. And Hawaii is the only state made up entirely of islands. There's 132 islands. 8 of them are the main islands, and 124 of them are islets, reefs, and shoals. And Hawaii is the second widest state, spanning 1,523 miles from east to west. The only one that's bigger is Alaska. Also, Hawaii is the most isolated population center on Earth. I had no idea that it was so far away from everything. It's about 2,400 miles from California, just under 3,900 miles from Japan, and 4,900 miles from China. And it's the only state whose land is increasing in area because of the erupting volcanoes. And if you go to Hawaii, it's so much more pleasant than here with the weather. The average temperature in July is 82 degrees Fahrenheit, and in January, 72 degrees Fahrenheit. So I think now would be a good time to go to Hawaii. So we're going to start today with a devotional from Jan Randolph. She is from Christ Church United Methodist in Sugar Land. And welcome, Jan. Oh, no.
Jan, you need to unmute yourself.
She has to unmute.
I'm sorry. In Malachi 3:6, it is recorded, I, the Lord, do not change. Isn't that a comfort? Particularly in this time when our life in community has changed so drastically. We went to bed one night and woke up to a completely different existence. The change ranges from lengthy periods of isolation to constant awareness of our vulnerability to serious illness, to the awkwardness of masks and distancing ourselves from others, no handshakes and no hugs. When such changes enter our life, it can be overwhelming, frustrating, and confusing. The truth is, we do not like change. We do not like uncertainty. And right now, we are in the big middle of it. The truth is, things all around us continue to change, and we need a place to find hope. Thankfully, we find it in the greater truth that God does not change. His love, His mercy, His grace are the same yesterday, today, and forever. The same God who created the universe is the same God who led His people through the wilderness to freedom from slavery. And He's the same God who became God with us and then redeemed us from the cross. Everything his word tells us about him and about mankind and what he has done to save us will never change. Psalm 146, verses 1 through 3 says, God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore, we will not fear, though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam, and the mountains quake with their singing. Things will continue to change in the world around us and in our lives. Some of those changes will feel like a tiny ripple, and others feel like a 10-foot tsunami wave. But no matter what happens, and no matter what changes we face, we need not fear. We need not despair. Our hope is in an unchanging God whose character and promises remain fixed forever. I'd like to close with the chorus from one of our traditional hymns. Great is thy faithfulness. Great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me. Amen.
Thank you, Jan. That was very inspirational and hope-filled. And now a few more fun Hawaiian words. I love saying these words because they're so funny. If you go to Hawaii, you will be a visitor or a tourist, and you'd be called a malihini. And if you walk or go fast or quickly, it's wiki. And then, of course, the traditional dance is the hula dance, which is a part of the Luau feast. And then when you're there, another helpful word would be thank you, and that's mahalo. Now, a few more things that I bet you didn't know about Hawaii. Hawaii has its own time zone. It's called the Hawaiian Standard Time, and they don't follow daylight savings time. Hawaii is also the only state that grows coffee, vanilla beans, and cacao commercially. And they honor a monarch. His name is King Kamehameha, and they celebrate a day for him on June the 11th. Also, I think it's interesting to know that when you go to Hawaii, you won't ever see a snake. I don't know about you, but I hate snakes, so that's good news to me. They've outlawed snakes, so you won't see any snakes when you're in Hawaii. And also, all the beaches there are public, so you don't have to worry about trespassing on anybody's private beach, because you can go to any beach while you're in Hawaii. And if you've ever been there or seen pictures, you know how absolutely gorgeous the islands are. And so they want to protect that beauty, so they have outlawed billboards. I don't know about you, but we have way too many billboards around here. So I think that that's a nice law for them to have. And in Kauai, which is the Garden Island, no building can be taller than a palm tree. So they have no skyscrapers, and everything is really beautiful there. So I thought that you might find that interesting. And also the maximum speed on that island is 50 miles per hour. And if you refuse to wear a lei when you're there, it's very insulting to the Hawaiian people. So if you happen to visit there, don't ever refuse a lei if they put one around your neck. And the last thing that I thought was interesting is the Hawaiian alphabet has only 12 letters. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed learning some things about Hawaii. And now I'd like to introduce Carmen Victoria Davis, also from Christchurch, and she is going to be leading us in some exercise and fun movements.
You can unmute yourself, please.
Oh.
There's a button on the computer to unmute yourself. Carmen, you need to unmute yourself.
Oh, it would be Jane.
There we go.
Oh no, can we not hear her? This is what I was wondering.
Try to relax your hands, lift them up, and then exhale as you release them down. Inhale as we lift the arms, and then exhale as we release them down. So seeing we're speaking about Hawaii today, we'll do a Hawaiian movement. Just take your hands left and right, that's all they do, underneath the arm. And you're actually working with your shoulders. So, just waving the hands left and right, and then maybe gently to the side, like a wave in the ocean. That's what we look like. Thank you for joining me. I can see you. And then we're going to make a big circle and then bring it out to the side. So we're lifting our arms, picking up beautiful peaches or pineapples. They're on the ground, pineapples. But we're picking peaches, putting them in our bag. And then slowly we're going to release the hands to the side. Bring them slowly forward. Take your breath as we extend the hands. You're going to rest one hand down and lift one up. There we go. Working with our shoulders. We need our shoulders so we chocolate that we hide away every day. And then we might try to go a little bit faster now, like we are walking, just using our hands. Then we're going to work with our feet. So we're walking in place. There we go, working with our heart center. Reaching our hands as high as we can and as far back as we can. Making our heart nice and warm, making our muscles warm. Please try to breathe, inhale up, exhale down. And last one there, so we're going to now relax the hands slowly down to the side. We'll still do the upper body, one more movement. We're going to try to stretch the arm up to the side. You can extend your other arm out, reaching for somebody, trying to reach someone crossing the street. And then relax as we do the other side. Exhale. Maybe try to reach your arm or hold onto your chair. It's okay. So good for our body to move. And then we'll slowly come all the way up. So we're going to work with our feet. We're going to try to stretch the leg and bend the knee. There we go. 4 times. 2 more. There we go. Making our knees healthy. And then we go in and out. So we keep this leg steady. Hold on to the chair. And again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. In and out for 4. 3, 2, and then 1. Stretch your leg out and point your toe. Flex your foot, pointing our toe, keeping our arches healthy, keeping our feet healthy. We need our feet so we can walk and have our independence. Circle your ankle one way. I'll get those knots out of our toes. And then the other way. And then give your knee a big hug. It belongs to you, so take care of it. And then we'll stretch the foot. So keep your toes up and try to stretch a little bit forward if you can. Trying to reach for your shoes so you can tie them up. And then we'll come up slowly into our other leg. Good job, everybody. You guys are doing great. So 4 times. We do this 3 times. And 4. And out. 2, 3, and 4. Good job. 1, 2, 3. Doesn't this feel good? In and out of the bathtub or in and out of a car, it's called. Or opening a gate. Here's your last one. 2, 3, 4. In and out. 3, good job, and 4. And gently point your toe, flex your foot. Point toe, flex foot. See your arches working as you point, stretching the sciatica when you lift your toes up by the stretch. There we go. And then the ankle, slowly. Let your ankle relax. These are so good for us. And sometimes you'll feel like there's a noise when you stretch your feet. That means that you're stretching all those tight muscles. And that's your last one. And then stretch here. Pretending we're going to put our shoe. This is called good morning, by the way, where you pretend you're going to put your shoes on. So you're reaching forward to stretch your back. Yeah, they're all fun things. And then slowly we shall come up. Extend your arms. Round your back. Big hug. We're hugging a beautiful big tree. Maybe it's a coconut tree. Coconut milk is good for you. Coconuts are good for us. Round your back. And they have those in Hawaii. Round your back. And round your back like a cat. Beautiful. Feel your back work. Round your back. And last one is here. Beautiful. We're going to gently twist. So you can keep your elbows bent. Keep your shoulders up if you can, and then twist. So we're like a mannequin. And we twist. And we inhale. And then we exhale. I make the noise so that you can breathe. Breathe with me. Breathing is very important for our whole body. Deep breath. 2 more. And the last is 1. Give yourself a great big hug. Massage your back. There you go. And then slowly let your head relax. Keep hugging your body. You did a great job today. Thank you all for coming to visit us. And hopefully we'll see you again next time. And then exhale. We're going to relax our hands slowly down. Bring your hands into a prayer. Aloha. Thank you all for coming. Good job.
Thank you, Carmen. That was awesome. I think we all feel a little bit better now. Next, we're going to make a tissue paper flower, just a very simple craft. And I know that you probably don't have the supplies in front of you right now, but most people have tissue paper at home, some sort of tissue paper that they use in gift bags or for other things. And so the only other things that you need are a stapler and a pair of scissors. So all of you should have this at home. And the instructions for this at some point in the next week or 2 will be up on our website. But I'm going to show you simply what you're going to do. So you're going to start with 3 to 4 sheets of tissue paper that are all cut the same size. And then you're going to make accordion folds 1 inch wide until you're complete here. And the nice thing about these flowers, they don't take very long to make, and they're very pretty and easy to make. You can make them in any color that you like. And if you want to make them multicolor, then you can just include different colored sheets of tissue paper at the beginning. Almost done with the accordion folds. So now it will look like this. And then all you do is you take your stapler and you staple it right in the very center. Make sure that it goes all the way through. And then all you do is grab it at the center and then start spreading all of the different sheets apart so that you will be forming a flower. And for the sake of time, I'm not going to complete this one. I'll show it to you in just a few minutes. But after you start spreading it out, I'll show you a couple of finished ones. This is one that is different colors. And actually I have another one that's some different colors as well. So you can make them all one color or different colors, whatever you prefer. And they're a lot of fun and they're very easy and festive. And next, I'd like to introduce our great entertainer, Rodney Rasberry. Most of you are probably familiar with seeing Rodney at the gatherings, and he's going to entertain us today with some fun luau music. Okay, Rodney.
Thank you, Debbie.
Hi.
Hello. Aloha, everyone. Let me get my wires here straight. There we go. Good morning. Good to see y'all. We're going to go down the islands. Here we go. Yellow bird, high in the banana tree. Yellow bird, you sit all alone like me. Did your lady friend leave domestically? That is very bad, make me feel so sad. You can fly away in the sky away, you more lucky than me. I wish that I was a yellow bird, I'd fly away with you. But I am not a yellow bird, so here I sit with nothing to do. Yellow bird, high in the banana tree. Yellow bird, you sit all alone like me. You can fly away in the sky away, picker coming soon, pick from like the moon. Black and yellow, you like a banana too. He may pick you someday. I also have a pretty gal, she not with me today. They all the same, those pretty girls. They make them the nest, then they fly away. Yellow bird, high in a banana tree. Yellow bird, you sit all alone like me. Now did your lady friend leave domestically? That is very bad, make me feel so sad. You can fly away in the sky away, you more lucky than me. You more lucky than me. You more lucky than me. Yellow bird. There he goes. Got a lot of yellow birds here on the island. A lot of pretty colored birds. All right. Let me get my Hawaiian guitar out here. There it is. Okay, all you hula girls, now you got your grass skirts on? I didn't wear my grass skirt today. Last time I wore it, somebody burned it, dropped an ash on it. Okay. Here we go. We're going to do one called Tiny Bubbles. This is an old Don Ho. He was from Hawaii. This is one of his big hit songs back in the late 60s. Don Ho made about $1 million off this song. I made $1.25 last time I played it at the restaurant, but that's all right. I was glad to get that $1.25. Here we go. Here's one called Tiny Bubbles. Tiny bubbles in my wine make me feel happy, make me feel fine. Tiny bubbles make me warm all over, with the feeling I'm gonna love you till the end of time. So here's to the golden moon, and here's here's to the silver sea. But mostly here's a toast to you and me. Those tiny bubbles in my wine, excuse me, make me get the hiccups and make me feel fine. Those tiny bubbles make me warm all over with the feeling I'm not gonna love you till the end of time. So here's to the golden moon, and here's to the silver sea. But mostly here's a toast to you and me. Tiny bubbles in my wine make me feel happy. All that make me feel fine. Tiny bubbles, come on, just say hi. Make me warm all over with the feeling that I'm gonna love you till the end of time. With the feeling that I'm gonna love you till the end of time. Don Ho, that was my wife waving at you there a while ago. She was wondering what all this racket downstairs was. What's up? Yeah, I've been setting up my equipment this morning before she got up. Okay. All righty. Here we go. We're gonna do. Here's a pretty song. This Don Ho also recorded this one here. And it's called Red Sails in the Sunset. So if y'all remember this is an oldie but goodie now. It's probably too old. A lot of you youngsters out there probably don't remember this. And some of you might. Red sails in the sunset, way out on the sea. Oh, carry my loved one home safely to me. She sails at the dawning, all day have been blue. Red sails in the sunset, I'm trusting in you. Swift wings must follow, make straight for the shore. We're married tomorrow, she'll go sailing no more. Red sails in the sunset, way out on the sea. We'll carry my loved one home safely to me. Swift wings must borrow, make straight for the shore. We'll marry tomorrow, she'll go sailing no more. Here we go. Red sails in the sunset, way out on the sea. Please carry my loved one home safely to me. Please carry my loved one home safely to me. red sails in the sunset. Red sail. I hope y'all remember that one now. Oh, and finally, see, I'm going to do a little medley of a couple of island tunes here. Here we go. Here's one for Mary Ann. We got any Mary Anns out there? All day, all night, Mary Ann. Down by the seaside, sitting sad. All the little children, they love Miss Mary Ann. Seaside with Mary Ann. Mary Ann, oh Mary Ann, won't you marry me? We can have a bamboo hut and lots of brandy in our tea. You can leave your mama home. She will never say yes. Oh, well, then she can guess. Said all day, all night, Mary Ann. Down by the seaside, we're sitting sad. All the little children, they love Miss Mary Ann. With Mary Ann. Now when we marry, we will have a time like you never saw. I will be so happy, I'll even kiss my mother-in-law. Children by the dozen, underneath the bamboo hut, one for every palm tree and big coconut. So all day, all night with Mary Ann. Down by the seaside, we're sifting sand. All the little children, they love Mary Ann. Seaside with Mary Ann. All day and all night with Mary Ann. Tall and tan, young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes walking in. When she passes, is when she passes, goes out. When she walks, it's like a samba. The moves so cool and sways so gentle that when she passes, is when she passes, goes. Hey, oh, how I love her so madly. How can I tell her I love her? Yes, I will give my heart gladly. For each day when she walks to the sea, she looks straight ahead, not at me. Tall and tan and young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes walking, and when she passes I smile, but she doesn't see. I think she had her eyes closed. Well, I think it's about all the time I got this morning. I want to tell y'all, this has been a lot of fun, and the reason I got my hat here, hope you can still hear me without I had to have my headphones on here, but I want to say goodbye and aloha And thank y'all for having me, Debbie. It's good to see you.
Rodney.
Aloha.
That was awesome. I hope you all had as much fun as I did. He's always a lot of fun. He never disappoints. So now it's time to learn a little bit about luau's. So I'm going to give you some things that you probably didn't know. I don't know. For me, they were things that I didn't know. The luau is a Polynesian or ancient Hawaiian ritual. We mentioned that earlier. And it's a popular social gathering meant to unite people of a town in celebration of something significant in their life, or achievement, or even launching of a new canoe. The name luau actually comes from one of the dishes considered a delicacy. Taro leaves combined with chicken are baked in coconut milk, and that was called luau. So luau is actually a food, and I never did know that. So if you go to a luau, and some of you may have been to luau's before, you know that the food is very interesting, different from our meals here. Luau food includes pig cooked in an underground oven called an imu all day long. And then they serve bowls of poi, dried fish, salted meats, sweet potatoes, and fresh fruits. I know many, many years ago, I was in Hawaii and went to a luau, and I'm not really a very picky eater, but I found some of the foods very interesting and couldn't eat quite all of them, but I love the fresh fruit. And also in ancient times, I think it was interesting to know that they didn't use silverware or utensils. They ate it with their bare hands. And also the men couldn't sit with the women. So they were segregated at that point. And today, luau's are considered to be large feasts, but none would compare with the luau of King Kamehameha, which we've heard about before. And in 1847, he served 300 pigs. So if you could just imagine how large that luau was. And in Hawaii, one of the most important traditions is for a couple to celebrate their child's first birthday. And they do that with a luau, and it usually ends up having a larger attendance than even their wedding. So children's first birthdays are very important there. So I thought those were some fun things to learn about a luau. And now I'm going to show you something fun, cool, and refreshing that you can fix at home to eat. It's called pistachio pudding or fluff salad. And it has 7 ingredients. So I have my bowl, and the first ingredient is 16 ounces of cottage cheese. So we'll put that in the bowl. And then we're going to add a box of pistachio pudding mix. And then we're going to mix all of that up. So because it's pistachio, it will become green. So it makes it really pretty, nice and festive. So we mix that up really good. And then we're going to add a 20-ounce can of crushed pineapple. And if you've ever been to Hawaii, you know that they have amazing pineapple there. I love pineapple. We're going to mix that up. And then optional are some nuts, half a cup of pecans or any kind of nut that you like, and some marshmallows, about a cup of mini marshmallows. And for the marshmallows, I thought it would be fun and festive to use ones that are colored, the colored mini marshmallows. So we're going to mix all of that up. Oops, a few fell out. And then lastly, we're going to add an 8-ounce container of Cool Whip. Now it needs to be thawed. And we're going to mix all of that up. And it makes a really nice, refreshing, colorful salad. And then once we get it all mixed up, then we top it with some cherries. I'm just going to pour them on, and then you can spread them around. And if you haven't ever had this salad, it's very delicious. And you can also make a variation of it with orange jello or orange jello and mandarin oranges. Okay, bon appetit. And I just wanted to let you know about a few reminders. This concludes our luau today. I hope you've had a lot of fun, enjoyed the music, the exercise, the devotion, the craft, and the recipe. And the gathering at your place is every Thursday from 10:30 to 11:15. Next week, another coordinator, Nancy Engel, will be hosting it, and her theme is Laughter is the Best Medicine. So I hope you'll join Nancy next week. Also, every week you should be receiving an email, and there's a lot of fun online activities. There's an activities calendar, and then things to do for a gathering place at home. We also have our weekly caregiver common ground teleconferences via Zoom. They are on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. and Wednesdays at 2 p.m. They used to be on Thursdays, but now they have switched to Wednesdays. So Tuesday at 10 and Wednesdays at 2. And then also we have hot topics for caregivers that are available via Facebook or our YouTube channel. And I think that's all of the activities we have, but we have lots of great things for you. So check out our website and check out all of the things that I've just talked about. And I would like to leave you with one last thing. It's a poem called Aloha. Aloha means farewell to thee. Aloha means goodbye. It means until we meet again beneath a tropic sky. Aloha means good morning and always to be true. But the best thing that aloha means is I love you. Hope you've had a great time today. See you next week and have a great day.